up into like a crisscross.
Ah, understandable.
Alright, question.
Yes.
Do we want to derail the stream for a quick coding stream?
For your drunk counter.
Yeah, how long
Yes.
is that gonna take?
I don't know because I don't know the conversion math.
Well,
Let's save that for a later date.
yeah,
Alright, cool.
do it when you're not drunk.
Yeah, do it when you're not drunk and you don't have to worry about a stream going on.
Oh wait, I know the math. Wait. Look, where's some paper so I can make sure I actually know the math? Paper. Pen. Math. So basically it's just a bunch of ratios. So so beer at 5% per 12 ounces equals 1 standard drink.
Okay,
Right?
sure.
So an alcohol per volume over the ounces times 5% over 12 ounces should equal the number of standard drinks. Correct?
Sure.
Because, and this is my main reasoning for it, so I'm actually writing this out. So if the alcohol per volume, it's not times. It is not multiplied. Because the equation should equal 5%. So say that alcohol per volume is equal to A, and the ounces is equal to O. If you if some equation that you do upon that by 5% over 12 ounces should equal 1, which is math.
Yeah.
So so like my instant thought is, what if you multiply the inverse? But what is multiplying the inverse of a fraction other than dividing by a fraction? Correct?
If I keep saying yes, will you assume that I know what I'm saying?
Fine, I'll do quick math. So say you have 2 over 5. 2 over 5 times 3 over 5 is is equal to 6/25. 2/5 divided by 5/3. I don't know off the top of my head because I don't remember how to divide fractions.
The same number. 2/5 divided by 5/3, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. 0.24, which was the first number that you threw out earlier.
6/25.
Yeah, 6/25.
Then in their fourth, our equation should be the alcohol per volume divided by the ounceage divided. That is mod. That is. I've been using the wrong. Okay. Sorry. Divided by 5% over 12 ounces. So I Just got a DM on Discord. Bye, Josh. What?
What?
Alright, that was a DM from hours ago. I think I just phantom herded fucking. Anyway.
It's highly possible.
So then in their fourth, which I've already said. Okay, so yeah. That should be the equation I need.
I want to say yes.
Alright. Yeah, that there's some calculations for another time. Actually,
Mhm.
no, that's just all the calculations I need actually. Then I just need a while loop for the inputs. Do we want to derail this for a coding stream?
I mean, it's up to you.
It is up to me. We're doing it. We're derailing for a
Okay.
coding stream.
Oh god. I want to get something to drink. Be right back.
I'm gonna go make a PB&J.
Alright. Alright. So the audience is going to be treated to some nice Overwatch content for a second. Documents. Let's make a directory for standard drinks calc. And then I want to go into standard drinks. You know what? What if I just show screen one? Okay, so that's screen one. Okay. Okay, cool. So. Sorry, let me see. I don't know how that looks. Let me increase the font a little for y'all. Properties, font, let's go 24. So that should be good for you guys. So I got into my documents, I made standard calculator. And I'm going to use C++ because that's what I know best. And by running that command, I've created I've created a CPP file, which I've opened up in Atom. So I don't know what I'll have to include yet. So int main will return it 0 because I don't expect to do any error shit. Alright. So. Okay. So first include, because I'm doing input output, I'll need to include standard input and output. And I'm going to be using cin. I'm going to be using cout. I'm going to be using end line. Okay, cool. So for while cin does not equal negative 1. That is not okay. So I'm going to use 2 doubles. I'm going to use a double for the alcohol per volume. I'm going to use a double for the ounceage. So for while alcohol per volume does not equal -1, and because alcohol per volume does not have a
Alright.
value at the start of the program, I need to read in that value. So I'm going to C in alcohol per volume. So long as that value does not equal -1, I'm then going to read in the ounceage. Ooh, that's another thing I need to keep track of. The other thing I need to keep track of is the total net number of standard drinks. I can't just use std because that is a namespace in C++. And then here, I need to initialize standard drinks equal to 0 because assuming I start,
Oh.
I'm assuming that's been to AFK.
Yep.
Yep. And assuming at the start of the program I have not started drinking. That is an assumption that I'm willing to make for this project. Let me just make this a bit bigger for the audience. That might be a little big.
The audience.
Yeah. All right. So after, okay, and so before I start this while loop, I also want to create another double, or I want to create another double called standard drink modifier. And just for the sake of naming conventions, I'm going to rename standard drinks. Because instead of camel case, I'm going to use the underline naming convention, which I forget what it's called right now. And their standard drink modifier is going to be equal to that 5 alcohol per volume divided by 12 ounces. It's going great. All right.
This is what I drink my last Baja Blast to.
To a quick coding stream before we get back to the fun shenanigans. So, I know the alcohol per volume and the ounceage of the current drink I'm drinking. And as the mouth I've already done suggests, so this double is going to be the current drink standard drink. So this is going to be how much of a standard drink my current drink is. And as my math suggested, it is going to be the alcohol per volume divided by the ounceage divided by the standard drink modifier. And then I'm going to add that the amount of current drinks my current drink is to the amount of standard drinks I've drank. And then I'm going to output the total number, fuck off, the total number of standard drinks I've drank on its own line. And just for the sake of brevity, or not brevity, that's the wrong fucking word. For the sake of clarity, that's the right fucking word. We're going to add some English to give context to this words in the output. And then, because I read the alcohol per volume right here, outside of the while loop, I need to do it again at the end of the loop. Because that way I'm always reading in new values for the alcohol per volume and ounceage before I do any calculations. And dear Lord, this should work. I'm going to call the executable run because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And then it should be stdcalc.cpp. stdio. Oh, that's for the stdio is stdio.h, which is for printf. What I was looking for is iostream. That's the drunk coding. Oh, end should be end of line. Yeah. Alright, so if I do /run, which will run the executable, it is now waiting for my input. So say, for the sake of argument, I have my alcohol per volume of 5 and my ounceage of 12. That's not right. Infinite
drinks.
I am not infinitely drunk.
I know you wish you could do that.
What did I do wrong here? And then I can do -1 to exit after it does that input. So I'm dividing by 5/12, which is a non-zero number. So an ounce. Yeah, so this should have equaled 1.
For some reason, the variable is equaling infinite. Interesting.
Yeah, no, that should just straight up equal 1.
You'd think.
Alright. So we're gonna do my favorite fucking thing in the world, and which is a fuck ton of just output statements. And so that's the standard drinks current, which will equal to cur drink std. We are going to see out APV and the APV. Put it on a new line. Control L, Control C, Control V. And so VPV do ounce, and then C out. Just for clarity of input alcohol per volume, and then input ounceage, and input alcohol per volume, and that should lend itself quite well to this debugging process. Alright, so we start with standard drinks as we expected, and now we're asked to input the alcohol per volume. start out with an alcohol per volume of 5 with a standard ounceage of 12. Okay. So this is our expected values for the alcohol per volume and the ounceage, because that is literally what we inputted. So no funny shenanigans happening there, as there literally cannot be, but it's a sanity check. Our current standard drinks is equal to INF, which I'm assuming is infinite. So that means somehow this is equaling an infinite number. So, C out std modifier std modifier with an end line. Oh shit. Alright. I forgot to quit out of the program. Compile. Run it. The modifier equals 0. Which is weird because I'm declaring it as a double, and 5 divided by 12 is a non-zero number. So, what I'm assuming
You have to do it as a float.
is I'm casting a literal number as a double really quick, because floats are bullshit.
They are.
There we go. So I had to cast a literal number, which it was treating as an int, as a double.
Hey, John.
Yes?
Couldn't you just put a 0.0 on each of them?
Yeah, I could just add a 0.0. And that does the exact same
Idiot.
thing. Hey, don't call me a fucking idiot.
I know.
This isn't something I went over in fucking Todd's class 2 days ago. Literally, we talked about this, I believe, on Monday.
I swear, this isn't something we literally just went over. I
This
promise.
isn't something I just went over in my computer science class. But so yeah, that means my math is correct. We're gonna quit out of the program. This has been John's foray into I honestly Let's Code? I don't know what to fucking call
Let's
them.
code!
Let's Code!
Let's code!
Of all the bullshit. Alright. Now I would use this program tonight if I knew the alcohol per volume at which. I just got an idea, but we're gonna ignore it. That's Josh.
Yeah.
What if I use the time library in C++ to calculate the alcohol tolerance going down over time?
That would... Well, wouldn't you have to take your weight into account?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I weigh like 185, 190.
Oh
I'd
my
weigh more
God.
towards 190 right now.
Got it.
All right, that's a later problem.
Plus,
The
isn't
later
it
problem,
dependent
come
on
on.
metabolism
I've
also?
fuck, I don't know. It would be a guideline.
It's not a rule.
I would probably output a
guidelines.
total and a current effect rate, but that is literally going to be a later me project.
Uh-huh.
That's gonna be a tomorrow project.
Fucking maybe. I'll see how I feel. But so yeah, that was a foray into the fact that I'm a CS student. I hope you enjoyed. Stream.